Welcome to Van Life with Steve, and thank you for joining me as we have a look at the top 10 best national parks in the United States. If you're new to the channel, I've spent the better part of the last 2 years traveling all across the country, and I've been to the majority of national parks in the contiguous United States, including all of the good ones. The 5 criteria I'm going to subjectively evaluate all the parks on are going to be the geological features. When you go there, what can you see at the park? If those features provide you with a magic moment, most commonly that involves sunrise or sunset, but it doesn't always have to. We'll also evaluate the parks in terms of crowds, which is really important when it comes to enjoying the park. During all my travels, I have never once paid for an overnight camp spot, so boondocking each of the parks is pretty important. And finally, I will let you know how the cell service is in each of these parks. And with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin with Sequoia National Park in California as our 10th best national park in the United States, which boasts an abundance of gigantic sequoia trees, which really have to be seen in person to be fully appreciated. Walking amongst these towering and massive trees just invokes a sense of awe and wonder. You feel like you're in a magical forest walking throughout the national park, among which is the General Sherman tree, which is the largest known living single-stem tree by volume in the world. But the park offers much more than just these massive trees. Morro Rock, which is a granite dome formation, provides breathtaking panoramic views of the High Sierra region and the vast landscape below. My opinion, just walking amongst these massive trees is a magic moment in and of itself, but sunrise or sunset viewed from Morro Rock is one of the most incredible views in the entire National Park Service. I found the crowd levels to be extremely manageable at Sequoia, and I had no difficulties moving around the park or any of the overlooks. Cell service was essentially non-existent, and I didn't have cell service for about 2 days moving between Sequoia and the neighboring Kings Canyon National Park. However, the Sequoia National Forest, which is located between Kings Canyon and Sequoia, offers ample boondocking opportunities. It is extremely easy to camp when visiting both parks, and the proximity of Kings Canyon to Sequoia is just an added bonus, which would just further enhance any visit to Sequoia National Park. Coming in at number 9, undoubtedly one of the most iconic and mesmerizing national wonders in the United States is the Grand Canyon located in Arizona. Its towering cliffs and vibrant layers of rock carved by the mighty Colorado River over millions of years offer breathtaking views from every vantage point. The Grand Canyon is home to several renowned trails that provide unique experiences for all hikers of all skill levels. The Bright Angel Trail and the South Kaibab Trail lead adventurers into the depths of the canyon, offering stunning views along the way. One such viewpoint, Point, is renowned for its panoramas that leaves visitors in awe. Additionally, the South Rim Trail offers an easily accessible and scenic route for those who prefer to stay above the canyon rim. Along this trail, you'll find Mather Point, a popular lookout offering stunning views of the Grand Canyon and its surrounding landscape. Just to the south of the park, visitors can enjoy boondocking in the Kaibab National Forest. It's extremely easy to access from the national park and one of the best boondocking experiences I've ever had. You will find large crowds at the Grand Canyon. It's an extremely popular national park. However, the Park Service does manage the crowds pretty efficiently, and there's an excellent shuttle service. I would say your magic moments are sunrise or sunset from pretty much any overlook, although Point would be a really good one. And taking in the immenseness of the entire canyon is just really an incredible thing to see. Cell service is available pretty much anywhere that's above the canyon rim. Moving to the 8th spot on our list, nestled along the rugged coastline of Maine, Acadia National Park captivates visitors with its stunning natural beauty and unique landscape, offering a truly unforgettable experience. Acadia is definitely the top national park on the East Coast. Within the park, you'll find fascinating geological formations such as Bubble Rock, a boulder that seemingly defies gravity while perched on the edge of a cliff. Also within the park is Jordan Pond, which offers relaxing views of the mountainous landscape of Mount Desert Island, where the park is located. The highest point within Acadia is Cadillac Mountain, offering a spectacular 360-degree panorama of the Atlantic Ocean and the surrounding coastal terrain. Visiting its summit at sunrise, you will witness the magical golden hues illuminating the sky, which creates a truly mesmerizing sight. In addition, Acadia is home to several historic lighthouses that serve as iconic symbols of the region's maritime heritage. While Acadia experiences large crowds during its peak season, the well-managed infrastructure ensures that everyone can enjoy the park's many wonders. A drawback is the lack of boondocking opportunities within close proximity to the park, but nearby campgrounds and lodges offer comfortable accommodations for visitors, and you can find self-service in most of the areas of the national park. Sunrise is magical from the summit of Cadillac Mountain, but also as a backdrop to the lighthouse or from some of the spectacular overlooks along the rocky shores. Moving along to 7 on our list, nestled in the majestic Rocky Mountains of Colorado, Rocky Mountain National Park is one of America's most incredible national treasures. This park's pristine wilderness offers a myriad of adventures for visitors to enjoy, from scenic alpine lakes such as Bear and Dream Lake, where crystal clear water reflect the surrounding peaks, to the breathtaking Trail Ridge Road, a 48-mile stretch that winds its way through 5 distinct ecosystems. Rocky Mountain National Park offers experiences for every outdoor enthusiast. Despite its popularity, the park's dual reservation system helps manage crowds effectively, ensuring that everyone can enjoy this breathtaking landscape without feeling overwhelmed. Visitors can find boondocking opportunities in the nearby national forest. Cell service will be limited in most of the areas of the park away from visitor centers, so make sure you download your maps. I would say Trail Ridge Road is one of the most amazing scenic drives in the country, and driving along the road was just an incredibly magical experience. Located in the breathtakingly beautiful Montana region, Glacier National Park is a must-visit destination for nature lovers and adventurers alike. Coming in at 6th on our list of best national parks, this wilderness paradise offers an abundance of stunning landmarks and scenic trails that will leave you in awe. The iconic Highline Trail leads hikers along a narrow path suspended above the stunning valley, offering unparalleled views of jagged mountains. Hidden Lake and Bear Hat Mountain are particularly popular destinations for their panoramic vistas, while Jackson Glacier and St. Mary's Falls provide opportunities for visitors to witness the power of nature up close. The park's most renowned attraction is Going to the Sun Road, considered by many as America's best scenic drive. This 50-mile route traverses Glacier National Park, showcasing the region's breathtaking landscapes and offering numerous viewpoints and trails. The park does implement a reservation system to manage crowds. However, visitors still should expect congestion during peak season, particularly with parking, so you want to definitely make use of the shuttles. Cell service can be limited in certain areas of the park, and boondocking is available to the south and west of the park, but you do got to drive a little bit to get there. And as I rank Going to the Sun Road as the best scenic drive, that's going to be your magic moment. Moving on to number 5 on our list, Canyonlands National Park, situated in the heart of Utah's desert landscape, captivates visitors with its stark beauty and immense scale. Among its many landmarks, Upheaval Dome stands out as a geological wonder, an enormous crater-like formation that scientists still debate whether it was created by an ancient meteor impact or tectonic forces. The Buck and Schaefer Canyon overlooks provide sweeping views of the surrounding landscape, and the most famous landmark is going to be Mesa Arch, which offers one of the most incredible and reliable photo opportunities in the entire National Park Service. This is where I took one of my most favorite photos of the sunrise that is perfectly framed by the arch. Canyonlands experiences much smaller crowds than the other more famous Utah national parks and outside of Mesa Arch, you're not going to find any trouble with any crowds. Cell service is quite limited, and it does take you a little while to get to the boondock spots that are outside of the park, but the sweeping panoramic views from the Island in the Sky district when you're on top of a mesa are some of the best views in the entire national park system, and the magical sunrise that's framed by Mesa Arch is a visual you will not forget. Nestled in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California, Yosemite National Park is number 4 on our top 10 list and is renowned for its stunning natural beauty and awe-inspiring landmarks. At the heart of this incredible park lies El Capitan, a towering granite monolith that stands over 3,000 feet tall and is a sought-after challenge for rock climbers from around the world. Yosemite Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, Half Dome, and Nevada Falls are just a few of the many waterfalls and peaks that contribute to the park's breathtaking views. There are significant crowds at Yosemite, so you do need to plan in advance and be patient. Cell service is particularly good in the valley. However, if you venture off to some of the more remote regions on hikes, cell service can become spotty. There are boondocking opportunities along El Portal Road in the National Forest. However, you can't really get very far away from the road, and viewing Half Dome at sunset or from Sentinel Bridge or viewing any of the landmarks during sunrise or sunset are just magical moments for each and every one of them. It's just incredible. So while it is crowded, Yosemite definitely earns its reputation as just an amazingly beautiful place. Moving to third on our list, located in Washington State, Mount Rainier National Park is home to the most prominent mountain in the contiguous United States, Mount Rainier, which boasts stunning glaciers and captivating alpine landscapes. Mount Rainier offers a mesmerizing experience for its visitors. At the heart of this magnificent park lies Mount Rainier itself, standing at an impressive 14,410 feet above sea level. Mount Rainier is the most topographically prominent and heavily glaciered mountain in the region. There are as many named glaciers on Mount Rainier as in all of Glacier National Park. You have to see the mountain in person to really appreciate its awesome scale. However, Mount Rainier is much more than just the mountain. The national park includes picturesque waterfalls such as Christine Falls, alpine lakes, and amazing views of the surrounding national forests and other mountains. I found the crowds to be extremely manageable, and the Jackson Visitor Center in particular offered exceptional cellular service. As Mount Rainier National Park is surrounded by a national forest, you can pretty much boondock on any of the access roads leading into the park. And in my opinion, any views of the mountain are magical as long as it's not covered by clouds, which typically happens in the afternoon. Christine Falls is a waterfall that looks like it comes out of a fairy tale. Mount Rainier is definitely a national park that you don't want to miss. Coming in at number 2 and runner-up for the best national park in the United States, Yellowstone National Park, which is located in parts of Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, was the world's first national park and a true gem of America's natural heritage. Yellowstone offers an unparalleled experience for visitors seeking to immerse themselves in the majesty of an untamed wilderness. Iconic landmarks like Old Faithful, Mammoth Hot Springs, and the Grand Prismatic Spring captivate the senses with their breathtaking beauty. The park is also home to an abundance of wildlife, including bison herds that roam freely across expansive grasslands, and perhaps the most incredible sight in all of the contiguous United States is the lower falls of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, which cascades over 300 feet into the river below. Despite its popularity and significant crowds that it attracts, Yellowstone National Park is an absolute must-visit for anyone seeking seeking to experience the best of America's national parks. So if it was not for the significant crowds at Yellowstone, I would actually rank Yellowstone as the best national park because of the incredible diversity of the amazing landmarks. You will need to be prepared for lack of cell service. There pretty much isn't any within the park, and there is boondocking pretty much outside of any of the entrances. However, due to the size of the park, it does take you a while to get there. But the lower falls of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, Old Faithful, the Bison, Grand Prismatic Spring, all of those are magic moments in any lighting condition or at any time of day. It's really incredible. And if you could only go to one national park, I would suggest you go to Yellowstone. If you've enjoyed this video so far, I'd really appreciate it if you give me a like and consider subscribing, or follow me if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you so much, and let's get on with these honorable mentions. Before we get to our top park, I'm going to give you 3 parks that many people usually include in the top 10 and give my reasons why they're not there. And then in addition, I'm going to give you 3 parks that are less visited. First up, we have the Great Smoky Mountains, which it's a really good park. In my opinion, it's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. So it has a lot of really good things, but none of them are truly great. You can see better stuff at other parks. Next, Zion is an incredibly beautiful canyon. It's just way too crowded. And then finally, Bryce is a technically excellent national park. In my opinion, the Hoodoos, as taken as a whole, look really cool, and you get some great views from the overlooks. However, the Hoodoos are a little too similar to each other, and so they're not distinguished enough, similar to Badlands. So I don't think it can be a top 10 because of that. But Bryce is a good park. There's no question about that. Now, as for overlooked parks, first we have New River Gorge, which is the newest national park in America. The awe-inspiring New River Gorge Bridge, grand views, panoramic vista, and the mesmerizing beauty of Sandstone Falls make New River Gorge National Park a must-visit destination for national park enthusiasts. The crowds here are very minimal, and this was an extremely easy park to visit, except for there aren't a lot of crossings of the gorge there, so you do have to drive a ways to get some of the areas, but you're not going to have any problems at trailheads or anything like that. One of the least visited national parks is Great Basin. If you can get a reservation to visit the Lehman Caves, I would say this is an incredible experience. Wheeler Peak dominates the park landscape, and there are very few crowds here, but the views here are just as amazing as any in the National Park Service. So don't sleep on this park. And finally, nestled along the Rio Grande border with Mexico, you have Big Bend National Park in Texas, which features the Santa Elena and Boquilla Canyons and the Chizos Mountain Range. Big Bend is a truly incredible park. It's an extremely remote location, similar to Great Basin, so crowds are small, but the things you see here are befitting of one of the best national parks in America. So you definitely want to check out this park as you can also. However, there is little to no boondocking around there. That was a tough visit. And finally, for our top pick, nestled in the heart of Wyoming, Grand Teton National Park, in my opinion, is the most picturesque and awe-inspiring national park in the park system. Its crown jewel, the Grand Teton Mountain Range, is so amazing how it is perfectly reflected in the still waters of the Snake River below. And in my opinion, 3 of the park's most captivating moments are some of the best you will see in any place in America. You have Swalbacher Landing. This idyllic spot offers breathtaking views of the Tetons with a serene setting for photography enthusiasts, and it looks like something out of a painting or a postcard. It's really incredible. Sometimes moose will come there and drink from the river, and you just get an absolutely unforgettable sight. The Molten Barn is probably the most famous barn in the world, and how it is perfectly framed by the mountain range again looks something like it's out of a painting, and just seeing it in person during sunrise was just a surreal experience. And then finally, the moon rising over Jenny Lake and the changing of the colors across the landscape created an enchanting moment that transcends words and left me with an unforgettable memory. I found the crowds at Grand Teton to be extremely manageable, even though it does have high visitation numbers. Cell service is pretty available as long as you're within Jackson Hole, and for a little while if you go off on any of the hikes. The neighboring national forest offers plentiful boondocking opportunities, and so you can stay there quite a while for free. And then maybe most amazing of all, most of the national park that's located within the Jackson Hole Valley, you don't actually pass a entrance station, and so you can access all of that for free. So in summary, Grand Teton National Park offers a truly exceptional experience for those seeking beauty and adventure. From its pristine landscapes to unforgettable sunrises and the moon rising over Jenny Lake, in my opinion, this park is undoubtedly the best in the United States. So as we conclude our list here, I want to thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope this helps you on any future travels you may have. Please leave me any comments you have about my list. If you agree or disagree, or if there's any other parks you think I should add to it, please let me know in the comments below. Again, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks and take care. Bye.